Hey guys, it's me, Brad Fitzpatrick, back with you this month for the new games for Humble Choice. I have just woken up. I am starting back on my nights, so I'll be working nights next couple of days. But these games just dropped a couple of hours ago, and I wanted to get them to your peer review as soon as possible. We have a couple of games here. As we can see, we've got Superland, Grid Ultimate Edition, Hellblade, The Messenger, Barotrauma, Felix the Reaper, Men of War, Stygian, Reign of the Old Ones, Remnants of Nazith, maybe? I don't know. Overload, The Stillness of the Wind, and The King's Bird, along with the extras this month, which are Before I Forget and Ikenfell. So, let's take a look at some of these games before we actually get started. Superland looks interesting. It touts itself as a first-person Metroidvania puzzle game. A lot of the graphics here are kind of interesting. 3D variants that are, kind of cool looking. I might actually pick this one up and give it a short little try. A little stick figure in real life sort of situation. Next we have Grid. Again, your basic racing game. I'm not a big fan of racing games. I just never really have been. But you get all these things, it looks like. So if this is something that you're into, hey, you get another racing game this month. Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. I actually already own this game. I just haven't played it yet. It is downloaded onto my hard drive to play. It does have a lot of great reviews. So this might be something I might pick up just so I can give away at some point in time. But the game is supposed to be very, very telling of PTSD and trauma, but set in this sort of world. We've got The Messenger. It is, if you haven't known about The Messenger so far, it is basically your basic ninja Metroidvania game. Really good game. I think I already have this one as well. If not, hey, I get to play The Messenger. I saw somebody actually beat it speedrun on IGN a couple of weeks ago. Did it in like 30 minutes, which was really interesting. Barotrauma. I really want to get somebody to play with me on some of these multiplayer games because I feel very lonely and sad. But I don't really have a lot of multiplayer games. Barotrauma might be really interesting to get if anybody else is watching this and decides to get this and would like to, have a play with me online. That would be fantastic. Just leave a comment, and I can get back with you for some information. But this is an interesting little submarine game where you're going deeper and deeper while fighting off, monsters in the deep and so on and so forth. Seems really interesting. Felix the Reaper. This is actually the first time I've actually heard about this game. Felix works at the Ministry of Death, and he's in love with Betty, the maiden from the Ministry of Life. He believes that he's going to the human world as a field reaper will enable him one day to meet her. So he's taken the job of making sure people die, and taught himself to dance in order to impress the love of his life. So, this sounds interesting, and wow. Basically, they use motion caption for dancing for him. That's cool. That seems really interesting. I might have to actually check this out. There's lots of stuff that go on here. But it looks to be kind of like a puzzle game almost, but with dancing. The gameplay itself looks rather cool. I'll grant it that. The art style is kind of cool as well. The music is supposed to be pretty good too. So we might check this out. It looks really cool. Next up we have Men of War 2 Assault Squad. This looks like a real-time strategy game based on World War II. Your basic fare. So it looks pretty cool. The graphics are pretty neat, and if you like the real-time strategy genre, specifically set in World War II and stuff like that, this might be right up your alley. Stygian, Reign of the Old Gods. That is not exactly what I thought it would be. It's like a strategy RPG almost. An isometric one at that. Alright. Alright, I can dig it. I can dig it. This might be something that's right up my alley. So yeah, I'm probably going to play this. Hand-drawn 2D world reflecting Lovecraft's themes of cosmic horror and dread. 8 main character archetypes, each with its own origin, backstory, and specialties. Alright. For some reason, the game itself that looks like this reminds me of the old... Penny Arcade actually had a set of games that came out a long time ago that were really, really cool, that had a very Lovecraftian feel to it. If you haven't played them, look them up. The games are actually really fun. You could probably still get them on Steam or one of the other devices. I had originally got them on Xbox 360 a long time ago. Those were some good games. We've got Remnants of Neezeth. This looks like a Metroidvania as well, but looks like a fast-paced. Yeah, acceleration is fast-paced grappling hook platformer. Alright. This just looks like Flappy Birds with extra steps. But, I mean, hey. Whatever works, right? Overload. It's a shooter. Ultimate 6 degree of freedom shooter. Overload from the creators of the classic game Descent. Overload combines intense action with awesome graphics and effects to create an ultimate zero-gravity shooter. Alright, cool. And it does have online multiplayer, so if you like shooters, there you go. Stillness of the Wind. This game is probably right up my alley. Very simplistic game. It seems very interesting, very niche, and I like games that are kind of like that. Tend to your homestead. Breed and look after your goats, make cheese from their milk, grow vegetables, water your plants, collect eggs, scare off the birds. It's a hard but simple life of peaceful substance. Alright, choose how you spend your days. Alright. I could dig it. We'll probably play this for a little while. We've got the King's Bird. Flight, Flow, Freedom. Escape into a world kept secret by a tyrant and discover about your freedom. The King's Bird is an artistic, momentum-based game that seamlessly combines precision platforming with physics-based gliding. Alright, we played a couple of games kind of like this before. Graphics are really kind of neat. So I might check this out just to see what it's all about. But it does look like it's your basic platformer. Huh. Alright. And there you have it, guys. That is the games for the Humble Choice of this month. If any of these piqued your interest, let me know in the comments which ones you are choosing. As well, if there are any games on here that you'd like for me to play. Because I plan on playing at least a good handful of these, just to check them out, as I always do. You know, hopefully I'll get some more videos out here soon, but I am on nights, so it kind of screws up my sleep schedule a little bit. So until then, guys, always be kind to each other, especially right now. And I'll see you in the next video.